So what is up, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? My name is Jade, and today I'm joined by my good friend and associate, Antz. What's going on, Antz?
Good to have you here in Palmerston North, Jade. It's nice to have you back. I know it's a bit cloudy and it's a bit overcast, but...
It's pretty cold, to be fair. It's a bit more than overcast. It's pretty cold, and we're supposed to be heading towards summer, so I don't know what's up with this.
Oh, this is normal spring kind of Palmerston North type weather, Jade, and it's good to have you here once again. Haven't seen you in a wee while.
I know. Thanks for having us, and it's worth saying that you've been anticipating this video for a while.
Yeah, I have been. I've been working with you and Hannah and Epic for a little while now, getting Antz Ventures up and growing, and we seem to keep not quite making this video. So I thought it was about time. We actually said, hey internet, we are working together. That's why you're seeing the Epic Studio hashtagging appearing on all my stuff.
So you've signed on to the talent team division of Epic Studios. Let's start with why. So when I look at someone like yourself, you know, you've got influence, you've got patches of heat in all different kinds of places. Someone out there might be saying, well, what do you need Jade for? He doesn't do that.
Well, no, I recognise the fact that although over the last 10 or 15 years I've been putting in a lot of work on developing leadership skills, outdoors skills, I suddenly hit the point where I was, well, if I want to grow Antz Ventures, I actually need some business skills behind me as well, and recognise the fact that, hey, I don't quite have those because I've been focused in other areas. So why not team up with people who have that sort of experience?
And I guess you know, being really authentic, because we're all about being real.
Oh yeah.
Here at Epic Studios, being real is so important. You know, for a long time we've had a dialogue. We haven't just jumped headfirst into a working relationship. We've been really thoughtful about how we go about it, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say so. And I mean, the thing for me is trying to build Antz Ventures so it's not overwhelming me.
Yeah.
And I get sick and crook and all those sorts of things, but also letting people know what I'm up to and what I'm doing, which is how Antz Ventures first started anyway. It was a Facebook page purely to let people know about a climbing trip, and it's just growing from there.
Yep. And in terms of, because we started having conversations early on about content and content strategy, you were doing a bit of it, mainly blogs.
Yep.
How was your approach to messaging and outreach to the community changed in, say, the last 18 months?
Wow, since I got kind of more involved with Enabling Good Lives and the policy development and advocacy work, I haven't had time to sit down and full on write the blogs like I used to.
Yeah.
I've also got the Instagram up and going, doing the odd YouTube video, and in the last few weeks I've joined up with Twitch.
Why?
Why?
Why did you do that? I'm just gonna change position here for a sec. Why did you do that? Why Twitch?
Why Twitch? I'd seen other people on there. I'd heard other streamers.
See me on there.
Seen you on there. Just kind of lurked in a few channels for a while, and what I found was a community rather than just kind of a platform to stream on. You feel really connected to the individuals that come along, even if they only come briefly. Yep. And, you know, hanging out in a few channels, you actually, you know, a lot of people go, oh, it's just an internet relationship kind of stuff. But they're good conversations.
Yes and no is what I'd say.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But for me, it's about having the conversations in a respectful way where everybody can gain a little bit more understanding. And I think that's where sometimes face-to-face communication doesn't do it quite so well, because we all get angry, or a lot of people get angry. I'm more like the kind of person that if you're getting angry at me, I'm going to go, hey, that's your deal, let's move on. But generally on Twitch, you know, people are a bit more respectful, and having moderators around I think helps.
Video is a big part of what you're doing.
Yep.
And like, you've told me that you're growing in that space, you're learning new techniques, you recently bought a GoPro.
I did.
You're obviously thinking more and more about content. What are you making content for, though?
What am I making content for? To start the conversations. I'm still going to be doing a lot of my photography when I'm out and about and doing things, and adding video to that. For me, I started creating content as a way to document the journey. I'd realised in 2016 that although I was making all these achievements, I'd get to the end and go, so what happened along the way? And I want to be able to remember those things along the way a bit more, rather than just going, oh yeah, we had that thing that we did on the 1st of October and the launch was amazing, but I don't remember the detail. So I guess both doing the photos while I'm out journeying, out with the GoPro and taking video, and doing a little bit more, hey, this is where I am on Instagram when I remember. It's just a way to let people see a little bit of the journey.
So you've done a couple of small things. I actually wouldn't call them small things, but you've got a logo, you've got business cards now, you've got a website in development. I've heard rumours that you're planning medium to long term a merch store and all this stuff.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
MJ, my partner, already wants a cap, and we haven't even got the merch happening yet. You were on stream the other night, and you would have briefly met a friend of mine in Chicago.
I did briefly,
Yep, she's like, when are you getting patches, Ants? I love the logo, I'll stick it on my dog vest, because she's got a service dog that's out all the time.
Patches, now that's something I haven't thought of before.
Well, on my outdoors bag, you'll find that I've got little patches from places I've been, so I'd quite like to add that, as well as stickers and those sorts of things.
Definitely.
Most climbers, you'll find, if they haven't replaced their helmet like they should have, will have stickers all over them. So yeah, a few things in the planning. I've taken off enough photos that I've been toying up the idea of doing a Christmas calendar for people.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, there's definitely plans in for merch, bro. Definitely.
So I got my hands full then.
Yeah, man.
But often I get a lot of questions about, why would anybody sign up for Jade and Hannah? Like, what's the big deal?
For me, it's about finding some people that are genuine about what they do, that actually care about seeing people prosper and make the most of the skills that I have or that anybody else has. And I guess that's key for me, is I always want to be genuine in the messages that I put out. Too often we see...
Real.
Just the messages of where it's at, what's happening.
Yeah.
Because so often we see that tilt from media or other people around
the
narrative shift. What you can put in, media, the journalist will often put a bit of a twist on it, and you end up walking away going, actually, that's not the message that I wanted to portray. So I recognise the fact that Epic Studios is all about authenticity.
Just getting to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. That's sort of my thing. Like, why spend time fluffing things up? Why redress something so it's more palatable? We don't actually know what people are drawn to. We don't know what they value. So we may as well give them the real version of you.
But yeah, just for me, it's all about giving people opportunities to realise the potential, both in themselves and in others around them. Because so often people don't give themselves many expectations, and
I know that, and that's a big part of what I'm working to change, and what I structured the Epic Studios to do was to really light a fire up everybody. Sure. My grounding is in the disability and social policy space, but that's not everything that Epic Studios does. We touch every sector all the time. So my fingers are in lots of pies. People would have no idea what we do.
Yeah, and I guess in some ways that's a bit like me with the facilitation skills that I've got. I've facilitated, 3 public forums in the last week. I've done some speaking stuff, both in disability awareness, and education around assistance dogs, motivational speaking type stuff. Hoping to talk to UCOL again about doing some more adaptive practice in the outdoors and fitness industries with them. And there's so many things that can be explored that people overlook.
Recently you sent a document to the team Slack around your values. I wonder, like, what drives me more than the work that I can apparently do or the skills that I might have are the values. So I wonder if you could take a couple minutes just to go through your values and why you put them in there as part of your mission statement.
Yeah, so I guess one of my key things is I'm driven and determined. I wouldn't have got anywhere if I didn't have a drive and determination to succeed in what goals I put out. Sometimes I've got to achieve those in different ways. But you know, people kind of ran scared when I first went to the Polytech saying, hey, I want to do an adventure course. And they were pretty determined not to have me there to start with. Had to prove that I wasn't a big risk. And, you know, I was one of the first people to have started a Polytech course and completed. You know, one of the first people with a mobility impairment to do a tertiary level outdoor recreation qualification. Since then I've worked with a lot of different groups, high risk justice young people, or supposedly high risk. I didn't find them too bad, but I guess that's about making that rapport. And I guess for me that's part of my integrity, is making a rapport with people, communicating and connecting with people as they are. I don't care what sort of background that you've got. We've all got something within ourselves that will bloom and flourish. We just need the right circumstances for that to happen.
Well, thanks for that, Antz.
It's all good.
And what are you looking forward to in terms of this relationship you've got with Epic Studios in the last few minutes?
It's before
we get rained on here in the beautiful Manawatu.
Hey, it's the liquid sunshine again, Jade. What am I looking forward to? Developing and growing my skills with taking photos, doing videography, sound work, learning more about how all this online stuff kind of works. I haven't even looked at monetizing anything yet, so you know it'd be nice to have a passive income coming in there.
We're gonna get to that. Don't worry, we're gonna get to that.
And just growing Antnz Ventures really, because everything I do kind of comes back to content and getting the story out there. Each individual project I take on, I focus very much on that, and it's more around the work than the content, but there's going to be content that comes out of everything that I do.
And so I just want to take the time to say, you know, it's an honour and a privilege to be able to work with you in the many aspects that we do. But thank you so much for agreeing to sign on with Epic Studios and the talent team division. Yeah,
and thank you to both you, Jade, and Hannah, who does the legwork for you on this one, really.
Yeah, she does.
So thank you guys for the opportunity, and looking forward to where we go from here.
So I open the video, how about you sign it off for us?
Remember, thrive, not survive, people.